Welcome back to Barry Charles Harness. In this episode, we're going to look through an Australian review of some of the races over the weekend and horses to follow going forward. As we start off with the unbelievable, the best trotter in the land, or is he Just Believe? Absolutely paramount and way too good for anyone who was there to see it. Sat parked on a horse that Queen Elida had a picket fence form line and just strolled on by. As even though Queen Elida might have went hard a little bit early, when a horse is fresh up, you should be winning if you're a decent one. But Just Believe is absolutely exceptional and looks to have the Inter-Dominion final at its mercy. I don't think there's any trotter in the land that's in the series that can beat Just Believe. There's no doubt about it for mine. Have to be super bad luck for Just Believe not to go 2 from 2. The only horse at the moment that I think can compete with Just Believe is Muscle Mountain. But let's start this one out. Muscle Mountain is not as good as Sunday Sun. So, but yeah, to me, but if you look at the performances over the show day with Bowl for Brilliance, struggled. I mean, even struggled in the Dominion trot, and also when he was over in Aussie, when he was racing Just Believe last year's series. So Just Believe, to me, just seems to be the better horse. But yeah, it's going to be a good litmus test. Let's hope the Great Southern Stars, we see Muscle Mountain and Just Believe in it. It would be great to see. And also the trotting mile in Cambridge in April, that'll be good to see Just Believe come this way as well. If it happens, I don't know if it will happen. Queen Elida, it would be just great to see a bit of Australian rivalry because we don't see much of it these days. It's very disappointing, but there's been a lot of question marks around that. Why we're not getting more New Zealanders over to Australia and vice versa. It's simply money. It's simply money these days. It obviously probably costs more to travel. And basically you have to be winning money. That's why you'll go over. And at the moment, we've seen horses like Kango go over and he struggled. I just think the top echelon of New Zealand horses are just not up to the Australians at the moment. The younger age, different story, but I just think we've got a weak period in New Zealand harness racing. If Akuta's our best pacer, well, we're struggling, really. Because Swayze's a good horse, so I don't think Swayze's a superstar. Although if he goes to the Inter-Dominions, can prove me wrong. I think Swayze's a very good horse, don't get me wrong. Very good horse. But I wouldn't say he's a great horse. Hopefully I'm proved wrong later on. But yeah, he's definitely one of the favourites from the Inter-Dominion, there's no doubt about it. He's definitely a horse that if he leads, he's tough to beat. So that's going to be an interesting one for the Inter-Dominion with Swayze. But getting back to the trotters, yeah, Muscle Mountain is yet to really prove it at the top level that he can win the big races. He had if people watched the Road Cup in New Zealand from last year, Herculean performance after breaking at the start, coming around the field, and win a mammoth race for 4th. So definitely a good horse, Muscle Mountain, and I'd just love to see him take on Just Believe, just to see. Oscar Bonavena, who won the Dominion Handicap on his day, is a good trotter. But he's not up to Just Believe. There's no doubt in my mind. If he sits on his back, I still don't think he'll beat him. Even though he's got great real speed, but Just Believes just looks a class above them. Queen Elida is a good horse as well, but I just see. The only question mark, which we never got to see, is Sunday Sun at his best racing in Australia. To see how good he was against the Australians. It was sad to see, but it just never happened. But what can we do about it? But, folks, in Australia, there is a new superstar on the way. And he could be better than Muscle Mountain. And he's in the same stable. Yes, Mr. Love. Yes, folks, if you haven't seen the tape, go on to hrnz.co.nz. Check out Mr. Love on the horse search. And watch his Rangi Aura event. You might have saw his show day event. But yeah, definitely have a look at Mr. Love Rangi Ora, his 2 starts ago. Absolutely astonishing, coming from last at the home bend to winning was absolutely freakish. And then he went on to beat some rising stars of the game with Aroha Kenny and the likes on show day, and just obliterated that field as well. Sydney Park. He is the next superstar horse, and he could be the next Just Believe, or even better than Just Believe. I've got a big opinion of Mr. Love. I think he's that good. From what I've seen, absolutely outstanding. But we have seen it before with the younger horses at Ben Hope Staple. They haven't necessarily gone up to the next echelon. Eurocash and Enhine and the likes. I know some injury concerns me, but hopefully this could be the next superstar that racing needs, because Just Believe has been a very consistent one, but I want to see some pressure on Just Believe. But yes, no, absolute good race you have to watch, Mr. Will. Well, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to say the worst drive of the week, and the horse still qualifies for the finals. Sweet Bella, yes, absolutely travesty beaten, and it was just one of those things. He only had to run top 6. This is a bit silly, in my opinion, in the heats here. But he's in the 1-1. Paradise came out. Paradise Valley came out. He should have just gone then. The horse would have won the race easily. Instead, he was stuck and nowhere to go. It was absolutely travesty beaten, and that is the horse that could win this Breeders' Crown. But you're going to the best drive of the week. I'm going to go to New Zealand, and the drive of Olivia Thornley on Chase a Dream. Her calmness, didn't panic, just waited for the boom, and she absolutely flew home and won beautifully in the 2-year-old Colton Garden. Was outstanding. Catch a Wave, good to see back in winning form, but it just seems to be a sad thing for a lot of these horses at the moment. If they don't lead, they don't win. And whether the horses aren't tough enough these days, or they're just so good in front. Yeah, because Captain Ravishing is a different horse when he's leading. He paddled to the line, so disappointing for him. Good to see Pete Setso back in the winning ranks. Good, very consistent horse. It could be going into Dominions. We'll see. Draw a Dream and Major Delight. Big wins. Can they do it again? They've got a bit of a tough old races coming up. With Draw a Dream versing Very Pretty. That's going to be a very, very, very good race. Can Stormrider bounce back from sitting back in the field? He won't be sitting back in the field this time. He's more likely leading. We'll see how that goes. But he's Stormrider. Absolutely. But I'll go on for tonight's harness meeting at Bathurst Barrage. Good to see back after 18 months off. This is second up now after first up, second in Newcastle. Expecting him to just bounce back and win tonight, Barrage. Not as promised for Kiwis. Having his last trotty in the Breeders' Crown, and then going to New Zealand for the Grand Prix Day. So that's exciting for New Zealand fans out there. And for Menangle on Saturday night, you got to see, hi, my name is Jeff, as he continues his winning way. I'm sure he will have an angle, defeating the likes of Port Prince, Mac Da Vinci, and Alta Orlando. But anyway, that's the Barry Charles harness for this episode. I will be back with 2 videos a week from now on. One that will talk more about the New Zealand side, and one that will talk more about the Australian harness. But anyway, have a great day out there, and enjoy the harness racing.